had epilepsy from birth?
Well, not that I'm aware of. My epilepsy is caused by a small tumour in my brain, and as far as I know, it possibly could have been there all my life, or it possibly could have started later on. It may have been a piece of stress or something that caused it. Now, I had little funny turns as I was going to sleep at night, which to me just felt that I felt a bit sick. Then what happened was as I got older and went into my teenage years, and later on when I left school and got into work and things, it started happening during the day. So I went to the doctors, explained what had happened, but they basically turned me away and didn't really know what was going on. So a little bit later on after that, my mum saw it happen and she wasn't happy, and she said, "Look, I want you to go to the doctors, I'm coming with you, I want a brain scan." So we went to the doctors, and this was about probably 5 or 6 years ago now. And she came with me and she said to the doctor that she thought it was petit mal that I'd had. She'd read up about epilepsy and she thought it was epilepsy that I had. So the doctor started sending me for some tests. I had, first of all, I had a CT scan, which doesn't show up as much as they can do. I had ECGs and EEGs, which all tested all my heart rates and things. And then I had an MRI scan, which is the most detailed scan that they can do. So after about a year, we finally got to see a consultant, but my mum wasn't there, she was on holiday. And my dad came with me, and I sort of thought it was a bit strange because we turned up quite early to the appointment and everybody else had gone in before us. And I was sitting there and I was getting more and more nervous because my mum wasn't there and I'm very close to my mum. And we went in and there was a nurse sitting in the room. And so, sort of straight away, something in the back of my head was saying to me, something's not quite right here. My scans were up on the wall, and the consultant said to me that they'd looked at my scans, they'd passed them around to a few other consultants because they weren't quite sure what was happening, and that they'd looked and seen that there was a small tumour in the left, and he had tears in his eyes straight away, he just didn't know what to say. They said that they weren't sure at first if it had possibly been that I'd had a mild stroke. So that's why they had to do more tests and things. That's why it had taken such a long time. So basically what they said was that the fits were being caused by the extra pressure in my brain where this tumour was, and that he was going to refer me to an epilepsy nurse who could help to get some medication to maybe try and help the fits. Epilepsy is not completely under control because of where it is, and it's not just epilepsy, that it's the tumour. They're not happy that it will ever stop, because any stress or even being happy or excited can cause me to have a fit or tired. So what we've done is that we've just left it as it is. I went and saw my consultant the other day and he's happy with how things are going, and what he said to me is there's been no changes in the tumour from the start date to this point that we've had the last scan, and he's happy again to leave it unless I want anything done. But being as that when I do sometimes have my seizures, it affects my left-hand side and my speech. It's very likely the tumour is very close to the points in my brain that control my speech and my sight. And obviously, just by removing it, could cause more problems. And if
it affected your working environment?
Well, not really at all, because if what I do is as soon as I know that I feel as though I may have a fit, which I know most of the time when it's going to happen, I'll let them know. And they all know what happens, and just to continue talking to me. It has happened when I've been on the phone before and they'll take the phone away from me. As soon as I found out, the council put me under the council's doctor, and I have regular appointments with them just to check that my work's okay. If I'm getting a bit stressed out, then I'll leave work a bit early, or they'll just say to me, look, take it a bit slow, a little easier and see how you get on. But they support me in everything I do. I haven't changed my work that I'm doing. I've taken on more responsibility as opposed to less. And they support me.
To help benefit Epilepsy Action.
Yep, that's right. Because since I found out I had the epilepsy, and obviously the tumour that's there caused me to meet my fiance, who is now Jim Ferry, and we've met so many people through when we've been on holidays and things who have epilepsy, and quite often through tumours, although you wouldn't believe it because it's not something that's spoken about all the time. Now, Jim's cancer, we hope, is all gone now, but his epilepsy is still there, and also mine is, and it does affect things sometimes in our lives, obviously, like driving and holidays, insurance, things like that. It all costs more money. So what I've decided to do is organise a charity event at the Alsett Halls Ground Thomas Pavilion in October this year. And I started organising that October last year, so we're pretty much near the end now. And it's a dinner and dance, 3-course meal, and we've got 2 live bands and a disco. We've got an auction and we've got a big raffle as well. And basically what we've said is it's evening wear, that if you want to dress up, dress up. Not many of us get to go out and wear your favourite outfit and things now. And we were saying in work today that even for a theatre now, people still go in their jeans and trainers. It's not quite the same. There's not many things you can do in life now where you can put on a beautiful dress and your lovely jewellery and go out and enjoy yourself. So we're hoping that it'll give people the chance to do that, and obviously raise the awareness of epilepsy and let people understand how many people are affected by it, and that there's many people you probably don't know who have the condition. Also, our main aim is to raise money for the charity Epilepsy Action, we're doing this on behalf of, and we've currently agreed that we're going to be making a donation to our local branch, and they are working on a project for schools in the South East, and it will be for all primary and senior schools, where they'll be sending out packs, and I'm possibly visiting, I'm not 100% certain on that, to make people more aware of the condition and how they're there to help. And we've also said that we wanted to buy a new laptop for the group, because the lady who was there beforehand left and she paid and took the laptop with her, so we've said we'll buy that. And our target is £5,000 for the evening. Any money that's left after that, we've said that we want £1,000 to go into the looking into epilepsy and what's going on and if they can help and everything with it, and the rest to go to their phone lines and the actual Epilepsy Action across the country, where they will then use that to look into other things from their side. So everything's going well so far. We've had quite a lot of support from local companies and TV actors, football clubs, and we're still getting donations, and obviously if we can have more donations from people, great.